Welcome to my reading wrap-up video. These are all the books I've read up until now. So I honestly wasn't thinking of making this video until I read one book and I'm like, I need to talk about this. Like I need to talk about this. I'm gonna start off strong. Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. This was really good. Another banger. Like I consumed this very fast too. Like it was actually very good. And I liked Play Along, I liked Caught Up. I had read those this year as well. If you like a best friends to lovers story, you're gonna get this and Rewind It Back. Their history together, like I knew kind of what the reveal was. I feel like a lot of people probably did. Pretty much he's this hockey player and he's kind of famous, and he had this childhood like crush and then girlfriend that he lived next to, and for some reason they broke apart and haven't talked to each other for a while until she is in the city he's in and kind of falls back into his life, or he falls back into her life, and they rekindle things. If you want a good, heartfelt, lovely, cute romance, this is the book for you. I think I would give it like 4 stars, 5 stars maybe. I don't know. I think it was good. It didn't make me like freak out the way, but maybe that's why I'd give it 4.5. But all around, really good pick as well. Okay. Next, I read the book Bohemian. Okay, TikTok recommended me this book. Guys, I had to DNF this because the girl main character was pissing me off. It was like she was this model and she's going kind of off the grid to this shoot location, which is like this bookstore that the guy main character like owns now. But she is so addicted to social media, at least in the beginning. I'm sure she has like this character arc where she gets over that very fast, but to read that was excruciating. I'm like, why does he like her other than her being obviously very pretty? She's annoying. And they had like poetry in common. Like the thing is, they have poetry in common, like that's their thing, you know. Was that enough for me to believe their romance? No. But did I finish reading it? No. So if you want a spicy read, like where it's like the nerdy guy and then the really like pretty girl sort of thing, that's that book. But she kind of just pissed me off. I got bored sometimes it just went on, and I don't think I cared enough about the characters to really connect with their story, so it just kind of fell through for me. It's a DNF. I don't know what I'd rate it because I didn't finish it. Going on a little bit to fantasy, and then I'll come back to romance. I started reading Kushiel's Dart, which is like, I feel like it was marketed towards me as an OG romantasy novel. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I would say the world building and how immersive her writing is great. You know, she really built this world that is very interesting, and I love that aspect of the fantasy. And I didn't expect it to kind of be dark in a way. I was kind of surprised. It kind of has to do with this girl main character who has this, I don't know if she's like touched by a god in a way. She has this thing called Kushiel's Dart, which is kind of like this marker on like her eye that lets her know that she is of this god, or this god of some sort is connected to her. And I guess it's a rare thing. I really have only read the beginning of the book, guys. Okay, I don't know that much. I think it turns like pain into pleasure for her, and then there's this whole world of courts, I guess. I don't really know much of where this book is gonna go. I have no idea where this book is gonna go, but I thought the writing was really good. Will I finish it? I don't know. Have you guys read it? Should I finish it? Like, actually, please do let me know. Please do let me know in the comments if I should finish reading Kushiel's Dart. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I feel like it's pretty heavy. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that this girl goes through, and I'm only at the beginning of the book, you know, and that's fine. But I just don't know where the story's going, and I think that's why I'm like, I don't know, you know. But I do like the writing, and I do feel like it was a very interesting perspective on romantasy. I'm waiting for the romance part. I don't know where the romance part is at yet, but yeah, that's Kushiel's Dart. Onto the one nonfiction book I've technically kind of read this year. I've also read Martha Beck, Beyond Anxiety. This is one of those rare nonfiction books I read, and I love Miss Martha Beck, okay? Literally, this book is just kind of about turning your anxiety into creativity in a way, and understanding how our brains go to the worst possible thing first before anything else, you know, and having to just like rewire your brain's thinking so you don't always think worst case scenario. I haven't finished this book yet. I feel like I read it when I feel like I need to learn about that sort of thing, like when I'm feeling anxious. I feel like that's the book I go to, so I'm in no rush to finish it, but so far I really do like it. I love how she relates that information to you. She's also pretty funny. You know, if we can be creative in thinking of negatives, we can be creative in thinking of positives. And so I really like this book, and I'm always just going to savor it for when I feel like anxiety again, or I feel some sort of thing, and I can just go to that book and read it. So far I really do like that book. On to a fantasy book that I've been reading is Malazan. Okay, I don't think it's Malazan. That's weird coming out of my mouth. Gardens of the Moon, Malazan. Okay, I'm still in the earlier half of this book. The Malazan series is probably going to be a series I read over the course of many years, so I'm sticking to it. I'm joining this fan group. I'm joining this club of Malazan readers. Okay, I'm going to be a part of it. Do I understand what's happening? I actually surprisingly started getting it after the first couple chapters. The first couple chapters, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But that's the thing about Malazan, is that they kind of throw you in there off the deep end without any help. And honestly, I'll just look at the Malazan wiki for like chapter summaries, and it'll summarize things to me that I may have not got while I was reading it, which has helped a lot. But what makes this book so difficult and what it's about, it's kind of like a military fantasy, at least this first book right now, and it takes place over multiple different continents, like thousands of characters and point of views. I think it's in the thousands or hundreds at least. This emperor has at least taken over in like the beginning of this book, and it's kind of her run on the Malazan Empire and the armies and leaders of these armies and what they're fighting against, and hidden plots and gods meddling and talking dolls. There's a lot going on in Malazan. I am gonna finish it. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna put myself through it. I'm finishing it because I am so interested to see where it goes and how this story evolves. And like, I just love how giant this world is. Like, so giant. I'm on a part right now where I'm like, can I get over? I hate the way this character talks. It's oh my god, he says his name like 20 times. I'm just so over it. Do I wish you held my hand just a tiny little bit? Yes, but that's just Malazan for you. Okay, I'm gonna circle back to romance. Miss Allie Hazelwood. It's Allie Hazelwood time. We'll start with Deep End, okay? I don't hate it. I just didn't like the fact that this was the main character's friend's ex-boyfriend. That part is still weird to me. Like, I'm not getting over it. I need to know what happens next. Like, I'm too curious, okay? I'm too curious of how this ends up and where this goes. Everything else, though, couldn't care less about. Her diving stuff, visits with the therapist, I don't care. I'm here for the romance. So I feel like I will finish this, but there's some parts where I'm like, could we cut this out? Like, can we skip this? You know? But I'm very impatient. Her friend is acting like it's okay. Girl, I know by the end of the book it's not gonna be okay. So Deep End is okay. I will say I do like it more than Problematic Summer Romance. This book is problematic for me, not because of the age gap. Couldn't care less about the age gap. What pisses me off a little bit about Problematic Summer Romance, if you don't know, Problematic Summer Romance is the main character in Not in Love, Eli. It's his sister, and it's her love story with Eli, her brother's best friend, Connor, which is fine. He's like 35 and she's like 23, which like I'm 22 and thinking of me being with like a 34-year-old man, like, it's weird. What's weird about it for me is how Maya, the main character, compares herself to other women in the book all the time. Like, she constantly compares herself to his exes, to all the other women that she's on vacation with, because if you didn't know, they're on vacation to her brother's wedding in Italy, and her and Connor have to like be in close quarters and kind of rekindle things because they had a little bit of a relationship in the last couple of years. And so what's weird to me, like there's a couple things. One is that she compares herself to all these women and Connor's exes and things like that. Like, she's so pretty, which, like, yes, admire girlies, yes, but she compares herself so much and it's giving immature, okay? And sometimes I feel like the way she speaks gives immature because she's overly trying to prove that she's an adult to Connor, and it comes off as childish. And he is out here thinking like, oh my gosh, no, like she's a child, like she's so young, how is she this old? Trying to see her so much as a kid when she was an adult. Sure, that's fine. Like, he's trying to know that it's wrong for him to be into her because of their age gap. I don't know what draws them together. The fact that he is mature and is able to be like, girl, stop crying over lame boyfriends, girl, stop crying over lame friends. Is that the basis of their relationship here? Is that what I'm supposed to believe is why they are together? I don't get what makes them, what their chemistry. I don't get their chemistry. I'm not gonna lie. He felt like he was just someone that was always there for her, and to him, she was just someone that he could try and steer in the right direction. At least that's how it came across. Probably gonna try and finish it. I do want to see where it goes. For me, the last two Ali Hazelwood books, I guess, haven't hit for me like that. They haven't hit for me. Will I pick up every book she puts out though? Yes. I will read it though. She could write consistently bad books, and I think it'd take a lot for me to not pick up an Ali Hazelwood book, so that says something. Anna Huang. Okay, I read King of Wrath. Okay, I listened to the audiobook version. I'm trying to get over the fact that these are billionaire romances, because I want to be a part of the Anna Huang club. Okay, I want to be in the I read the Twisted series, I read the Kings of whatever series, but he was giving too much of a billionaire, if you know what I mean. I didn't like that he was rude to the people that worked for him. Okay, I didn't like that he was an asshole in general. I didn't like that she, the girl main character, like, used his money to buy stupidity. Vivian, get with the program here, girl. We could be philanthropists, okay? But she's out here buying jewelry and bags, which, do your thing, girl. But you have all that money and that's what you use it all for? She seems a little vain, I guess, is what I'm saying. She seems a little vain when it comes to that. Yeah. I don't know. I never finished the book, so she could have done differently, or, you know, changed, or he could have definitely changed, but it was just giving like kind of stuck up rich people to me, and I was like, I was not vibing with that. But King of Envy follows Vuk. Is his name Vuk? Vuk and Ayanna, I think his name is. It's cute. Like, I really like their story. I think that y'all know the whole thing with mafias kind of give me anxiety. Okay, what do you mean people are after you right now and you're putting the girl in danger? I really do like Vuk as a main character. I feel like he's quiet, you know? He's a man that doesn't talk much, and I can't complain about that. The issue I kind of had with this is how slow sometimes I felt like it could be, and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, okay, like, this is really, it felt like a slow burn. Like, I don't know, and I'm not a slow burn girly that much. Like, there needs to be enough to keep me, you know, wanting and waiting for, you know, the burn to pay off. I kind of was annoyed that she wouldn't tell him what was going on, because it's kind of, she is going into a marriage of convenience with his best friend. She ends up really liking him instead. And I'm just like, can you just tell him the secret? Like, what is he gonna do with that information? Like, what is he really gonna do? He's quiet, he doesn't even speak. Like, what is he gonna do? It all could have been resolved if y'all talked about it, obviously, which was kind of infuriating. But the romance felt so genuine. I feel like I believed their chemistry, and I'm almost at the end of it. So I would say this is like a solid 4.5 for me. Like, I really did enjoy this book so far. Like, I like Ayanna's personality, though she should be someone that asks for help more. It's kind of annoying that she always doesn't ask for help and she always tries to figure out things on her own. But I feel like she's now finally getting it near the end of the story. I'm just excited to see how it ends. I think it's definitely a solid read. We love men who yearn. We love men who been wanting, okay, the girl. And I just wish they could have got together sooner, guys. What the hell? What the hell? But his whole plot with the brotherhood and things like that, guys, I don't care. Guys, I don't care. This brotherhood shit, get over it. It's stressing me out. Like, what do you mean people are after you? Anyway, that was King of Envy. Good. It's good. I like it. And next, we have The Dispossessed by Ursula Le Guin. I haven't finished reading The Dispossessed, but my goodness, I love Ursula Le Guin, okay? I've also been reading the graphic novel of Wizard of Earthsea. So good. There's just, for me, there's some sort of whimsy in her stories. It's such a human angle she takes with her sci-fi that somehow feels so comforting. I don't know how to explain it, even though these concepts can be very interesting to learn about, which for The Dispossessed, it's about an anarchist planet and a capitalist planet, and how one is connected to the other, what really these two orbiting planets mean for each other. I think one's the moon. I think one's their moon. I think Anaris is the moon and Uranus is the planet. But it's like they're so entwined in each other, and it's about this physicist named Shevek going from his anarchist planet to the capitalist one, and learning about the people there. I don't know exactly what he's doing yet. I still am reading The Dispossessed. Learning about Anaris, the anarchist planet, and how it functions is so interesting to me. I think that I love to see an idea of what life could look like. Speculation, you know, what could life look like if humans were a little more anarchist? But yeah, I think she just tells very humanist stories, and it feels, you feel so connected to her writing, especially like Left Hand in Darkness. I could talk about Ursula Le Guin forever. There's always some sort of comfort, I feel like, when I go to her books. I think these stories are just, they're so human. They're so human. And that's why I feel like I connect so well with her work, which so many people do. If you're someone that maybe reads more fiction books and you want to dabble into sci-fi, look at Ursula Le Guin's books. I feel like there's something for you there. Next, for fantasy, I have read Sword of the Lictor, which is the third book in the Book of the New Sun series. This is my favorite series of all time, guys. Easily 5 stars. Easily 5 stars. This one particular, I think, was so interesting. You're still following the main character, Severian, the exonerated torturer, and he's at a point in his journey where he's reached his initial quest, and now he feels like he has to take on this quest of delivering this relic to a religious group of people. And what he comes to at the end of the book is so interesting. I just finished it, and I will do a full review on this series eventually, because I just feel like I want to bring as much attention to it as possible because I find it so fascinating. And I think I really got to the point in the series here where I understood what the author meant by Severian's a Christian figure, and this story has a lot of themes about Christianity. I finally think I got it here. Though I may not necessarily agree with some of the things the author was saying, I found it so fascinating, its delivery. I think that if you're looking for a fantasy series that is philosophically heavy and has themes of, you know, religion, has heavy prose and archaic language, this series is definitely something you should explore. Oh my gosh, how could I forget? Ice Planet Barbarians. Guys, I've read 8 books of Ice Planet Barbarians. Don't play with me right now. I've read like 7-8 books, okay? I love Ice Planet Barbarians. Ice Planet Barbarians, what Ice Planet Barbarians does for me is nearly therapy, okay? I turn off the world. I'm in Ice Planet Barbarian land right now. Don't bother me, okay? Ice Planet Barbarians, if you don't know, like a sci-fi romance series about these girls who are taken by aliens from Earth, crash land onto Not Hoth. And these alien barbarians, they don't have a lot of women in their tribe, and they gotta keep themselves alive. And what do you know? These human women are their mates. I've been reading this like the entire year, okay? I'm still not done, and I won't ever be done because there's like 20 million freaking books in this series, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Ice Planet Barbarians is so good. When it finds you, it finds you. You know, like maybe this is your sign, especially going into cold weather. I'm ready to read this in winter. The story I like the most, which may be a little controversial, is Harlow and Rook's story. I think I finished book 7 or book 8. You're kind of getting the same thing in every book. Like, You know it's a love story, you know they're mates, you know it's gonna work out for them. Maybe not every single book, but the 8 that I've read so far. I will say Georgie and Bechtel are not my favorite. A lot of people put them high up the list. I'm sorry, I'm not a Georgie and Bechtel girl. On to dark romance. I read Little Stranger and Little Liar. I didn't hate it. Ugh. It's a taboo dark romance, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I think the thing for me about this book was the shock factor. It was like a horror story that, like, a train derailing and it was just, there was so much. Like, I was just shocked as to where the story kept going. I'm like, this is crazy, but I can't look away. Like, I need to know. I don't know. I can't even say that it's a romance book. I don't know where the romance, like, was romance present here? It was just like obsession. Like, it was just obsession between both of them. Okay, they're both obsessed with each other in a weird way. On the vein of dark romance, I read Haunting Adeline. Not all of it. I picked up Haunting Adeline, did not finish it. I got to the first spicy scene and I said, oh, this is not for me. Not my thing. Not my thing. The first spicing and it was just not for me. I was like, oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. At least with a Little Liar, Little Stranger, whatever, there was consent there. Okay. Haunting Adeline, I'm terrified. Okay. It read, like, at first, Haunting Adeline, before the whole spice happened, I was like intrigued. I'm like, ooh, like, what happened with, like, her great grandma? Like, this house is spooky. Like, him stalking her. I was like, ooh, this is like kind of like thriller vibes. And then it got real scary real quick. On that note of dark romance, I read Voracious, which is the second book in the series. I don't remember it. It's Insatiable series. Guys, they stress me out. They're stressing me out and they're pissing me off. Okay, this is practically about a rekindled relationship in a way. Like, they've been together for a long time. A lot of their family friends didn't know for a long time, these two main characters, and he went down a really bad path and she had been dealing with so much trauma and, you know, abuse in her household that, like, he partially didn't know about, and then he went down this really bad path, then got caught up in a really bad crowd, to say the least. And the book just stresses me out, okay, because it's them kind of trying to find each other again, but he has so much hate for her because he thinks that she did something really bad to him, but it's not how it went. The thing is, this could all be solved if she just fucking tell him the truth. It takes you like 2 minutes, and the thing is, like, she's about to tell him. That's the thing, like, she's so close to telling him, and then something happens. It's like, girl, please. Will I be reading the prequel about the main character's dad and the mom? Yes, I will be. That is on my TBR for in the future. I feel like I'm so deep in the series. I'm like halfway through, or maybe more than halfway through Voracious. Like, I've got to finish it. And the unbelievability in things that happen. This guy would be dead or in jail. You can't convince me otherwise, but sure, I guess he's not dead or in jail. That's just dark romance though. Like, I can't. This has been my reading wrap up so far this year. Very interesting. A lot of good books, a lot of not my favorite books, but it's been fun all around. Okay, it's been fun all around. Can't lie. Please let me know your thoughts, what you think. Have you read these books? What did you rate them? Do you like them? Should I finish some of the books I've DNF'd? Should I give things a second chance? If you like cozy content, reading, writing, cozy hobbies, subscribe, because that is what I do on this channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.